everyone, welcome. Hi. Hi Shakil. Good to see you on TikTok, Shakil. Hello everyone, welcome. Welcome to today's live. My name is Coach Shahira from MasterMaths, and today we are going through some P5 past year paper questions, okay? Hi Wafa, hi Dora. Hello. Hi Jai. Is that your name? Hi Irfan Amali. Hello Haris, you just joined. Hello. Welcome everyone. Good to see you guys. Okay, hello. Hi. Wow, we just started and you all start commenting or complimenting me. It's so nice. Can everybody hear me well, loud and clear? Alright. My name is Coach Shahira from MasterMaths. Today we are going through some P5 year paper questions. My name is Coach Shahira. We hear some echo. Charisse, is that you? I hope that's you. Our friends on Instagram, you cannot hear me, is it? Should be fine, right? Okay, perfect. All right, we are going to start in about a minute's time, all right? Oh, okay. For those of you who are on Instagram and you cannot hear me, please refresh your IG. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Coach Shahira from MasterMaths. Today, we are running through some past year P5 questions from various schools. We will be going through a variety of paper 1 as well as paper 2 questions. You can see which questions you can use calculator and which questions you can't. For those of you who are new and you would like to get your hands on our worksheet, please feel free to join our Telegram channel. It's completely free. We have a lot of free resources that we share on there. So please feel free to join, okay? Hi, Afruz, welcome. All right. I'm going to start with question number 1. I hope everybody is able to see the question. If you can't see or can't hear me well, please let me know, all right? Okay. Some of my friends have shared that they secretly watch my live. So if you are my friend, hello and welcome. I hope to see you guys very soon. Okay, if you are my students, I hope to see you guys next year also, okay? All right, let's start with question number 1. Now, question number 1 is a question that is asking us for the percentage of the figure that is shaded. Particularly, they want 40% of the figure that is shaded, okay? So, we'll look at 40% of the figure that is shaded. There are 2 ways to solve this question, okay? Now, I'm going to start off with the most basic and simplest way, all right? Now, because we realize that each of these options have in total 20 squares. Everybody agree 20 squares? We have 4 by 5, so in total we have 20 squares. Okay? Now with 20 squares, we can find out how many squares are shaded if they want 40%. Alright? So to solve this question, in the simplest way, I would first look for 40% of the total squares to find out how many squares I want to be shaded. Okay, so 40% is the same as 40 out of 100. So multiply this by in total 20 squares. Okay, a lot of you have gotten the correct answer. Indeed, the answer is option number 4. Okay, we can continue this equation by doing the cross cancellation. Okay, for fractions multiplication, we can do cross cancellation. So 20 will become 1, 100 will become 5. Okay, how I do this is by basically dividing 20 and 100 both by 20. Okay? Oops, I'm sorry. Okay, so you will first, basically you can actually divide 20 and 100 both by 20, or if you want, you can also cancel all the zeros to leave just the 4 and the 2. Okay? Alright, so this will give you 40 out of 5, which will give us 8 squares. So I just have to look for the figure that has 8 shaded squares. Okay? I hope you are able to see better now. Alright, so now a lot of you are getting the correct answer. It is indeed number 4. Because I want 8 squares shaded, I will have number 4. Okay? That is my answer. This is 8 squares shaded. Alright, any questions so far? Okay, for those of you who just joined, welcome. My name is Coach Shahira from MasterMath. We are going through some past year P5 questions from different schools. We have some questions from paper 1, some from paper 2, okay? Alright. Now I'm going to share with you a different method to solve this question. Okay, basically, the second method, which you may or may not have done, is to look for the percentage of the figures that's shaded, okay? So you can actually just go ahead and look for the percentage of the figures that's shaded. So for option 1, I'm going to write it at the top here. We have 4 squares out of 20 squares that is shaded. So that will give us 20%. For option 2, we have 5 out of 20 squares shaded. So that will give us 25%. For option 3, we will have 45%. 9 out of 20 squares shaded. That will give us 45%. Okay? This is method 2. Alright? Okay, any questions so far? Alright, if not, let me answer some questions you may have in the chat. I hear or I see that somebody is asking why we cannot go through this year's papers for the very simple reason that 2023 end year papers are not out yet because a lot of schools haven't even started P5 papers, right? Your P5 end year exams are not, you haven't go through your P5 end year exams yet, so the 2023 papers are not out yet. Okay, that's the very simple reason why. And if you want, we can go through some mid-year papers. Okay, I will be able to retrieve some questions from mid-year papers, but because we are on to end year, I would want to focus on some end year topics, okay? Some term 3 and term 4 topics, alright? Okay, any other questions? If not, we shall move on. Okay. Alright, let's go on to question number 2. Okay, question number 2. Now, question number 2 is adapted from ACS SA2 paper 1. Okay, so again, please do not use a calculator for this question. I am going to give you some time to try. In the meantime, while you are reading the question and racking your brains on how to solve it, can you please help me spam the like button as well? Can you please help me multitask and spam the like button with your fingers? Thank you very, very much. For those of you who just joined, my name is Coach Shahira from MasterMath. We are running through some questions from various past year papers in preparation for our end year exams. This is for primary 5. If you're not in primary 5, please feel free to join. Okay. If you find that our live lessons are useful, please feel free to share it with your friends, your classmates, and even your juniors, okay? Alright. Any SOS here? Anyone not sure how to solve the question? We do indeed have 5 questions today, if you're wondering. Okay. If you are not sure of how to solve this question, I would suggest for you to draw a simple model, okay? Draw a simple model to help you visualize how many units is going to which person, okay? All right. I am going to continue in about a minute's time. Okay. If you have given your answer as option 3, this is not correct, so please try again. Okay. All right. I am going to go through this question in a few more seconds' time. Okay, quite a number of you have given the correct answer now. Okay, let me reveal it in maybe about 1 more minute. For those of you who are still trying, let's give them a little bit more time. I hope you're able to see the options. If I'm blocking you at any point, please let me know, okay? Alright, I am going to give you a hint here if you missed out the hint that I mentioned earlier. My hint for you is to draw a model, okay? Draw a model to see how many units you should give to which person, alright? How you should cut the model in order to show what Alice paid and what Carl paid, alright? Okay. I'm going to reveal the answer. Quite a number of you have gotten it correct. The answer is indeed option number 4. So if you got number 4, well done. Now let me show you how to get option number 4 as the correct answer, okay? So for these types of question, if you were to draw a simple model, it becomes very clear and very easy to visualize who gets what, okay? So first of all, to draw the model, we should first identify the fact that we have in total 8 units. Agree? Now, because we have in total 8 units, I am going to draw 8 boxes for my model. Okay, I've actually already pre-drawn this. So you will get 8 boxes for your model. Now for Alice, she paid 3 out of 8 and another extra $5. Because she paid extra $5, we are going to draw just slightly over 3 boxes. Just slightly over 3 boxes. And indicate this extra as $5. Everybody able to see? Okay, we are going to draw just slightly over 3 boxes and this extra will be our $5. Okay, and for Carl, on the other hand, we are told that Carl paid the remaining 120. So the other portion is going to be for Carl. Okay? So with that, do you think you can solve the question now? For those of you who are struggling, I hope you are better able to solve the question. Okay. So how do we feel about this question actually? Once we have drawn the model, do we feel a little bit more confident? Should be able to solve already, right? Okay, so for this question, once we have drawn it out, we know that 3 boxes is what Alice paid. The other extra $5 is also what Alice paid. Now, if we just zoom into this $5 and we combine it with what Carl paid, we will get the complement of 3 out of 8, which is 5 out of 8. Okay, so we are going to get 5 out of 8 as 120 with an additional $5. Okay, so from here we know that 5 units will be 120 plus 5 to give us 125. Okay, then from here we can solve the question already. We want 1 unit and then later on find 8 units. Simple. Okay, I did not write the full equation, but I'm sure all of you are able to do that. So 125 divided by 5 to give us 25. Okay? Alright. Oops. Okay. Better able to see now? Okay. Alright, so with that, our total is 8 units, which is for $200, okay? Alright. For those of you who found this question more manageable after drawing the model, can you please help me spam the like button, please? Thank you very, very much. Okay. Alright, for some of you that are still copying, let's give you guys a little bit more time. If you wish to get your hands on our worksheet, they can be found on our Telegram channel right at the top here. Or you can just go on to Telegram and search for MasterMaths PSLE. We have a lot of free resources that we give out, okay? Alright. Okay, now before I continue, I am going to take a little bit of a break from the questions, and I want to bring all of your attention to this poster over here, okay? I want to bring all of your attention to this poster here. Now, we are going to be giving out, or rather, we are going to be conducting some last-minute P5 online revision programs, one for math and one for science. The math revision program, let me zoom it in for the details. The math revision program will be on the 18th of October. It will be on the 18th of October from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. I hope everybody is able to see this. Okay. It will be from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. and it's conducted by Coach Irfan. This is open to everyone that wants to join, whether you are our student or if you're not our student and you feel like it will be beneficial for you, please feel free to register at our link here. Okay, you might want to take a screenshot. Okay, I am going to zoom in a little bit more for the details. If you feel like you and your friends will benefit from our revision program, please feel free to register at this link here. It will be on the 18th of October on Wednesday. You do not have any school on that day because it's the PSLE marking day. Okay? You can join, you can bring your friends to join, you can bring your classmates to join. Anybody who is in P5 will be able to benefit from this free, completely free revision program. Okay? Alright. It will be conducted in Zoom. And no, they are not strict. Actually, both these people here, Coach Irfan, he's a very, very lively and fun coach to be around. And his classes are very engaging. So don't worry about that, okay? It is indeed online. It will be conducted via Zoom, okay? Now I'm going to zoom into the science revision program, all right? Now the science revision program will be on the 16th of October. It will be on the 16th of October on Monday from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Again, if you would like to join in order to recap some of the things that you have learned throughout the year in preparation for your end of year exams, please feel free to join via our link. Let me zoom it in again. This is the link to join, okay? You might want to take a screenshot. Once again, it is completely free. You do not have to pay a single cent. The worksheet will also be given to you, okay? You don't need to pay a single cent to enjoy and benefit from our lessons, okay? Alright. Now, since I talked about Coach Irfan, I should also talk about Coach Sher here. Coach Sher is also a very lively and engaging coach. He is actually his classes are very fun. Although I did not attend his classes, I've watched some of his videos and I wish that he was my primary school science teacher. Very, very fun teacher to be in a class with. Okay? So please feel free to join our lessons. Alright, once more, I'm going to show it to you. Then we'll move on to question number 3. Okay? Please take a screenshot. Alright. Okay, let's move on to question number 3. Okay. For those of you who are asking how much is it, it's completely free, okay? You don't have to pay a single thing. Alright, so don't worry about the cost, it's completely free for you guys. Alright? Okay, so let me explain question number 3 now. Now, question number 3 is adapted from the 2021 Henry Park SA2 Paper 1. Okay? Now, question 3 is very interesting. Let's take a look here. Now, Andy had a number of apples. He could pack all the apples equally into 21 boxes. Or he could pack them into 30 boxes equally if he packed 5 fewer apples in each box. Okay, if he were to pack 5 fewer apples in each box, then he can pack a little bit more boxes and get 30 boxes in total. Okay? Now the question is asking us to find out how many he has in total. How many apples does he have in total? So, how do we solve this question? Or from the very beginning, are we able to identify the type of concept that's being tested in this question? What do you guys think? What do you think is the concept that's tested in this question? It looks just like regular old whole numbers and division, multiplication going on, but there's actually a concept behind it. Anybody knows the concept? Shall I give you a clue? It starts with R. It starts with an R. Anybody knows? Guess and check? No, not guess and check. This one got multiples one. I understand where you're coming from, but we are not exactly focusing on multiples here. Rate, no, not ratio as well. Good thinking. Okay, another letter, please. Sure. It's re-something. Re-something. Do we know? Re-something. Replacement, very good try, but no. Remainder, not as well. Okay, give you another letter. D. Re-something, and the other letter is D. Revision, not revision. Repeated identity, no. Okay, Irfan, if you are unable to see, if I zoom in anymore, I would not be able to show the rest of the options. So Irfan, I would suggest for you to join our Telegram channel instead. Not Telegram, sorry, our TikTok channel instead, okay? The live is also conducted on TikTok, so you may be able to see the screen a little bit clearer on there. I hope this helps. Okay, so let me continue, yeah? A lot of you don't know. It's not replacement, not remaining, not remainder. Nobody actually is able to solve this. This is actually on redistribution. You are redistributing the apples into different boxes, into more boxes, okay? So it's redistribution. Redistribution, okay? Redistribution. Ra ra ra. Not ra ra ra. Lady Gaga song. Okay. Alright, so with redistribution, I would suggest for those of you who are unable to visualize what's going on in this question, okay, this is not average, okay, this is not average. but it's more of redistribution. Now, if you can't visualize what's going on in this question, I would suggest for you to draw a vertical model. Okay? Is it a vertical model? I would say that it's a vertical model. Your bars are going to be vertical. So how will the model look like? Okay, let me show it to you, okay? Now, the model will be basically just many rectangles to represent your 21 boxes. Now, of course, we won't draw all the 21. It's a waste of time. We can draw just a few. So this is what I will do first, okay? I've actually pre-drawn it. So I hope you're able to see. Let me zoom in, yeah? So the question says, I have 21 boxes. Now, I included these 5 because later on we will take away these 5 because they are going to reduce it. Okay? Alright, so one more time. I have 21 boxes, of course. I've not drawn 21. It's a waste of time. I'm only drawing a few in front and a few behind to show the 21 boxes. So this is my 21 boxes, and they include the 5 that was originally there. Okay? So far, can understand just this portion? Okay. Alright. So far, so good. Now, let me continue. Okay, somebody is asking, isn't redistribution just internal transfer? Well, you can say that it's internal transfer. We are transferring some apples from certain boxes to more boxes. But, not to confuse this with internal transfer because the number of boxes actually increased. Okay, the number of boxes increased. So don't confuse internal transfer with redistribution here, okay? Because the number of boxes that you use increased, okay? All right, so from here, once I have drawn this portion, we can move on to cut away the 5s here because the question said if he packed 5 fewer apples. So I'm going to have fewer apples. Therefore, I will take away all of these 5. Okay? I'm going to take away all of these 5. This is how it will look like. Okay? Pack 5 fewer, so I take away. So far, can understand? Okay? So far, so good? Alright. Okay, I'm going to continue. I'm taking this a little bit slow because for some of you, it may be the first time that you're seeing such a model. Okay? So once we have drawn this, I'm taking away these 5s because he wants to pack 5 fewer apples in each box. Okay, so I take away. Now what happens to these apples? Now we are not going to throw away these apples. Because he packed 5 fewer apples, he is able to pack more boxes. And these more boxes will be extra 7. Okay, these more boxes will be extra 7. Everybody understand this portion? Okay. These more boxes is extra 7. Where does 7 come from? Because our total is 30 boxes. Okay? So I'm going to give you a minute to digest this model and try to understand what's going on in this model. I'm going to repeat one more time, okay? I'm going to zoom in slightly into the model and repeat one more time. For those of you who understand, you can use this model to help you solve the question. Okay? One more time, yeah? One more time. At first, I have 21 boxes. So I don't have all of this. I have 21 boxes. Just 21 bars, 21 boxes. Then I cut away 5 from each of the boxes because I want to pack 5 less. So I cut 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. And this 5 will not disappear into thin air. It will not be thrown away. It will not be eaten. It will not be sold. It will instead be repacked into more boxes because I want in total 30 boxes. So these 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, so many 5s here, will be repacked into 7 extra boxes to make 30 boxes. Okay? Alright. So yes, you can do your workings on the actual paper and then shade your answer in the OAS. That's how it works for MCQ questions. Okay? Then from here, should be 9. It should instead be 9, you are right. Hang on a second. Let me just quickly double check. In this case, there seems to be an error here. Okay, let me change this, yeah. I'm going to explain this question one more time. And we might have some errors in the question. But let me just summarize what we are going through, okay? Hang on a second. It should be 9 here. There's my purple. Okay, then some of the MCQ may not work. Give me one quick minute, okay? Okay, I'm going to change this instead of 9. I will leave it as 7 and I will change the question a little bit because it doesn't work anymore, okay? I will keep this as 7. Thank you for those of you who are very sharp. We are going to change this to 29 instead. Okay? And then some of our answers will change. So let's forget about all this. Okay? Let's just imagine this is section B question. Okay? We can forget about all this. Let's just focus on finding the answer. We are going to change this to 29 instead. Not 29, 28 instead. Okay? This will be 28 instead. Okay? So far so good? Can? One more time, One more time. Let's forget about all of this MCQ and focus on finding the actual answer. The answer may or may not be reflected in this MCQ. Let's forget about that. And change the 30 to 28, okay? Alright, so I'm going to repeat one more time. We have 21 boxes initially. Okay, 21 boxes initially. And we are going to cut away 5 apples from each box. Okay, because he wants to pack 5 fewer. Alright, then I think a lot of you are able to solve it already. I see quite a number of comments relating to the steps, so that's great. Now all of these 5, they are not going to disappear. They will instead be packed into extra 7 boxes. Why 7? Because in total we have 28. So 28 minus 21 will give us 7 extra boxes. Okay? So far so good? Okay. Then from here we know that do I have enough space? Okay, give me a second. I am going to break this up. Let's cross this out. Let's cross that out and use the middle space as our workings. Okay? So all of these 5s, how many 5s are there in total? Quite a number of you have found it already. 5, 5, 5, 5, there are 21 boxes. So first step is 21 times 5. Okay, 21 times 5 will give us 105. Okay, 21 times 5 will give us 105. And these are all the redistributed apples. Okay, these are all the redistributed apples. Okay, and when they are redistributed, they are going to enter 7 boxes. So we know that 7 boxes is 105. We can therefore find one box, which is 105 divided by 7 to give us 15. Okay? Alright. So far so good? So now that we know one box, we can find in total. In total, we have 28 boxes. So that will be 28 times 15 to give us 420. Any questions? Okay. We don't use 30 anymore, yeah? We don't use 30 anymore. We use 28 instead. Okay? Alright. Okay, any questions? Alright. Rafa, of course I remember you. Of course. Alright, I'm going to give you a minute to digest this. If you have any questions, please let me know. Okay, some of you may not be able to see my face appearing in the screen because I'm trying to make space for the model here. But I hope that you are able to understand this question with a little bit of changes here, which is the 30. We are going to cancel the 30, change it to 28, and just focus on finding the final answer, which is 420. Okay? All right. Any questions so far? Okay. If not, let me answer some questions in the chat. Let's see. Coach, next year you teaching P6 or not? Yes. Coach, next year you teaching P5 or not? Yes. Anything else? Yes, Cherise. Do you have any questions? The rest of you all good? If we are great, shall we move on to the next question? Right. Okay. Let's go on to... how is 7 boxes 105? Because 21 boxes, each of these 5 apples come from 21 boxes. So these 21 boxes, if we multiply by the 5 here, we are going to get 105. Hang on. We're going to get 105. This 105 will jump into 7 boxes because in the end we have 28 boxes. Okay? We are able to pack more because of these 5. Understand? Can follow? So again, we are able to pack more because of all these that we cancelled, which is 105. So all of the 7 appeared because of 105. That's why 7 boxes is 105. We can therefore find 1 box, which is 15. So inside here is actually 15. Okay? Now you understand. That's great. Of course, you can find 28 boxes by finding 28 times 15. Or you can also do, now that we know this is 15, we can take 15 plus 5, which is 20. And 20 times 21, the initial black color portion, will also give you 420. Okay? Alright, any other questions? No worries, Dora. Okay. If you are good, can you please help me spam the like button if you're learning something today? And thank you very much for spending your evenings with me. I know it's quite late and some of you have already gone past your bedtime. So thank you very much for spending your evenings with me. I really appreciate it. We are now going to move on to the next question. Thank you for all your likes as well. All right. Yes, I am indeed teaching P4 next year as well. Okay. For those of you who just joined, welcome. My name is Coach Shahira from MasterMath. We are going through our final 2 questions in our P5 Math revision. The questions are adapted from past year papers, past year P5 papers. Okay? All right. You can spam the like button by double tapping your screen if you are asking. Okay, let's go on to question number 4. Question number 4 also very interesting. Ready? I hope you guys are able to see the screen. Okay. Alright, question number 4 here. We are given a square piece of paper and we are told that it was cut along the dotted lines, cut, to form 1 small square of sides 2 cm and 4 identical right-angled triangles as shown in figure 2. So each of these triangles is actually what we get in figure 2. Okay, so we have 4 of these and 1 small square and we are asked to find the perimeter of the large square. We are asked to find the perimeter of the large square. Okay? Alright, now, I am going to go through some recap on perimeter of square. So if we are asked to find perimeter of square, do we remember what's the formula for perimeter of square? Do we recall the formula for perimeter of square? Do we recall, anyone? Perimeter of square will be length plus length plus length plus length, which will give us 4 times length, okay? Which means we want the length here. Agree? We want the length here. Wow, some of you very fast. Yes, we want the outside figure. The perimeter means outline, yes. And since we want to find the perimeter, we need to first find the length. Okay, this is the length. Then we can just multiply by 4. So that is our thought process, which means we need this guy here. Agree? This is what we want. Okay? Now, some of you who are not in P5, you are already in secondary school, you know how to solve this question very fast because you can use the idea of Pythagoras theorem. Okay? Now, for those of you who are in P5, you'll be wondering, Pythagoras theorem, what's that? Who is Pythagoras? Who is this person? What is this theorem? Don't worry, we do not need to use Pythagoras theorem to solve this question at our level, okay? At P5 level, we do not need to know about Pythagoras theorem. So, in the chats, for those of you who are discussing about that, let's forget about that and use simpler methods to solve this question, okay? Alright, now, so how do we solve for the length and therefore the perimeter if we do not have this side here, which we call the hypotenuse of the right-angled triangle? It doesn't matter, we can just focus on area instead, okay? We are told that this is 2 cm and this side here is 6 cm. So I'm going to fill in the 6 cm on figure 1 so that I can see what's going on. Okay, so this is my 6 cm, right? Okay, so this is my 6 cm here, and therefore, the long side, this long side here, will be this long side here, which is going to be 8 cm. Everybody able to see that? 8 cm. Okay, 6 plus 2, this will give us 8 cm. Alright? So if let's say you really don't know how to solve this question, there's actually something that you can already find. Alright? If let's say you have no idea how this question works, there is already something that you can already find, which is, in figure 2, the area of the triangle. Make sense? You can find the area of the triangle. So even if you don't know how to solve this question, don't need to leave blank. We can straight away look for the area of one triangle. Make sense? And yes, we see half times 8 times 6 as the area because that's the formula for area of triangle. So I'm going to write down here, one triangle will be half times base times height to give us 24. Okay? To give us 24. Alright? Nesh, you are right. Absolutely right. Fantastic job. Okay. Why is it equal? What is equal? Can you explain your question? Are you talking about the two figures here? Basically, the question already told you that one of the triangle that was gotten from figure 1 is shown in figure 2. So basically, we are zooming out into one triangle and it is shown in figure 2, okay? I hope that answers your question. So now that we know basically all these triangles are shown in figure 2, we know that this short side here is 6 cm. Therefore, the longer side here is going to be 8 cm, 6 plus 2, okay? Able to see that? Okay, so now we know one triangle, and since I'm focused on figure 1, I want to find the length, and I'm focused on figure 1, I will look for all the triangles in figure 1, which is 4 triangles. So that will give us 24 times 4, which is 96. Okay, so even if you don't know how to solve the question, you do these 2 steps, you should be able to get some method marks already. Okay? Alright, more and more of you are getting correct answers. That's a very wonderful job. Well done. Okay, so now that I have 4 triangles, again, I am focused on figure 1. Okay, so what I'm going through right now is basically your thought process. If let's say you don't know how to solve the question, you just see, oh, they tell you this side 6 cm, so you know this long side 8 cm. Okay, your thought process is, okay, step 1, I can already find the area, so go and find it. Okay? Then step 2, I still don't know how to solve the question, no problem. Since I want figure 1, I will go and find how many triangles in figure 1. Okay, again, I still don't know what's going on in the question, but I can already find 4 triangles. That should be your thought process. Okay? Okay, then after that, again, I am still focused on figure 1, and 4 triangles alone doesn't give me figure 1, so I can find this tiny little square. Okay, so this tiny little square is 2 times 2, which is 4. So now I can find the area of figure 1, which is 96 plus 2 times 2, the little square, which is 4, and this will give us 100. Okay? This is not 4XL. This is 4 triangle, darling. 4 triangle, okay? Not 4XL. Okay? Alright. On top is 1 triangle. Where is the 4XL? What are you talking about? Oh, darling, this is not 4 extra large. No. This is 4 times length to find the perimeter. Or length plus length plus length plus length. Not 4XL. So funny. 4 times length. Okay? Can see this now? 4 times length, not 4XL. Okay, anyway, going back to the question. One more time, some of you very confused already, no problem. Step 1, we know that this is 6 cm. So total, this long side is 8 cm. Understand? Okay? Then step 2, from figure 2, I still don't know what to do in figure 1. I only know that this is 6 cm, no problem. I keep figure 1 aside first, focus on figure 2. There must be a reason why they show us figure 2, right? So from figure 2, we realize, this is 8 cm. Then I realized, this is right angle triangle. Then I realized, I can find the area, which is half times base times height, to give us 24. Okay? So I find 1 triangle, 24. Okay? Then from there, I can find 4 triangles, which is 24 times 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, to give us 96. Okay? Some of you are asking, how come these 2 triangles are the same? The question already told you. From figure 1, we cut it to give us to give us a small square of sides 2 cm, so this one, and 4 identical right-angled triangles. 1 such triangle is shown in figure 2. They already told you that 1 such triangle in figure 1 is shown in figure 2. Okay? That's why they are the same. Understand? Got it? So what is 2 times 2? 2 times 2 is the tiny square inside. This 2 times 2 here is the tiny square. Okay? Got it? Alright. Now can understand? Is it better now? Is it clearer? So 4 triangles, 1, 2, 3, 4, plus, let's call this A, okay? So this will be the area of A. Okay? Got it now? Alright. Any questions so far? We are still not done with the question because we only found the area of a square, which is 100. Okay? We only have area of a square, which is 100. But from here, if you understand this number 100, if you know how to use area of a square to find the length, then you can find perimeter. Okay? So, anybody knows the function Okay, you are not needed or expected to know this function, but I'm pretty sure a lot of you already know it. What is the function, or what is the thing that we do to 100 to find the length? Anybody knows? Yeah, quite a number of you actually knows already. Well done. 2 words. It's called square something. Anybody knows? It's called square root. Well done. So once we have the area of a square, I'm going to put this at the top here, yeah? This is something that you should know, or rather this is something that you would have already learned, okay? We square root area of square to give us its length, okay? We square root the area of square to give us its length. So basically, area of square equals to length times length. Okay? This is what we are doing in the next 2 steps. Okay, so now that I have area, I can find length, which is square root 100. So what is the square root of 100, class? Why did I say class? What's the square root of 100, guys? If you never learn, don't worry. I will rewrite this in another form in a second, okay? So what times what? Okay, basically, let's write it down. You can also rewrite this as 100 equals to what times what? What times what gives you 100? They must be the same because it must be length. What times what? 50 times 50, does it give you 100? 50 times 50, must be a times, huh? 50 times 50 give you 100, are you sure? Yeah, now more and more of you are thinking and starting to realize it's not correct, right? Doesn't make sense, right? So yes, indeed, 10 times 10 gives us 100. So that means square root of 100 is 10. Okay? Some school teachers may have taught you the idea of square roots, but if you don't understand, you can always write it in this form. Okay? 100 equals to 10 times 10. So one side is 10. Now I know this is 10, I can find the length, the perimeter. Okay, now I can find the perimeter, which is 10 times 4 to give us 40. So our final answer would be 40 cm. Okay? Everybody understand? Okay, so again, if you do not understand this question, you don't know how to solve, please don't give up, because you can at least get this part, even up to this part, correct, where you already passed the question. Okay, so instead of getting 0, you slowly make out, maybe you already make out that, oh, this is 6 cm, therefore you can find area, you get 1 mark. Then you find 4 triangles, you get maybe another mark. Then you find the area, then maybe you get another mark. Or maybe in total, this is 2 marks, 2 to 3 marks. You already passed the question, isn't it? Okay? So do not give up on the question. Try to slowly work your way through. If you don't know what the question is talking about, just find everything that you can find. Okay? So that you can gain some method marks somewhere. Alright? Okay. If you are clear, can you help me spam the like button, please? Thank you very much. Okay? Is there another method? Well, there is another method. It's called the Pythagoras theorem, but this is not taught in P5. It's only taught in secondary school. Okay, that's why we are using this method. It's a little bit easier. Okay? All right. Okay. If you are clear, we are going to move on to the last question. Thank you for all your likes. Thank you very much. All right, let's go on to the next question, the last one for today. Now, this last question is very manageable in terms of comprehension. You read the question, you should be able to understand what the question is talking about. Okay? All right. Okay, let's move on to the last question, which is number 5. All right. It's okay, Dora. Thank you very much. Is the answer 100 for question 5? Cherise, you are indeed absolutely correct. Well done. Okay, we are going to go on to the last question. Alright, this last question, yes, can use calculator because it's from paper 2. Okay, so yes, can use calculator. Okay. Alright, very good. Some of you, very straightforward. You see the diagram, you don't even need to read the question. You see the diagram, you straight away, 40 times 25 times 30. Indeed, that's the first thing that we want to do. But I'm going to expand this a little bit further. And just by reading the first line, we can improve on our first equation. Not just length times breadth times height. We can improve on it because the question says it was only 3/4 filled. Okay, so because the question says it's only 3/4 filled, we do not want to find the entire tank. We do not want to find the entire volume. We just multiply the 3/4 in it. Okay? Alright, so step 1, we can find the volume of water. And notice that I haven't even finished reading the question. I can already find the first step, right? Which is the volume of water. So again, if you are unsure, you don't know what the question is talking about, or in fact, if you have no time at all, you read the first question, you write the first line, you should be able to get a mark, at least 1 mark. Okay? So this volume of water will be 40 times 25 times 30. Where did we get this from? Okay, recap the formula, length times breadth times height. Now, I am going to include another 3/4 because it is only 3/4 filled. Alright? Okay, I will show you 2 methods for this one. For those of you who are already done, I will show you 2 methods in case you are wondering, okay? So give me some time to go through this first. Alright, so from here, what do we get? 40 times 25 times 30. Should be able to get 22,500. Is this correct? 22,500? Okay, let me just do a quick check. 40 times 25 times 30 times 3/4 will give us 22,500, right? Okay, then after that, they told you that he's going to pour water from this container. So all of this is going to be poured into as many empty identical bottles without spilling, okay? Basically, I got it from this line as well. As many bottles as possible is going to be poured in, and then there's no spilling as well, okay? Alright, then they also told you that the capacity of each bottle was 0.8 liters. Now, once we see 0.8 liters versus all the other units which is in cm, what do you think we should do? I see liters, but I also see cm. What do you think we need to do? What do you think we need to do? Can we leave it at 0.8 liters? Correct. Some of you are right. Very good. We indeed convert this into cm cube. Okay, so a quick conversion for you guys. 0.8 liters is the same as 800 ml, and ml to cm cube is a direct 1-to-1 conversion, so we will get 800 cm cube. Okay, they are interchangeable. Alright, and yes, quite a number of you are typing in already the next steps. Indeed, I can find the number of bottles. Number of bottles. Okay, so this will be 22,500 divided by 800 to give us, let me check, it should give us 28 with a remainder of 100. Okay, this is with a remainder of 100, and therefore our answer would be 100 ml. Okay? How many of you don't understand where this 100 suddenly dropped from? Dropped from the sky? Where did it come from? I'm pretty sure when you type in your calculator, you don't see 100, right? Correct? We don't see 100, right? Yeah. So where did this come from? I'm going to show you 2 ways to get this 100, okay? Method number 1 is to find remainder. Okay, this method you must know. Finding remainder is something that you must know how to do, yeah? So how do we find remainder? We just take 28, we work backwards, times 800 to give us 22,400. Then 22,500 minus away 22,400 to give us 100. This is how we find remainder. Okay? This is a longer method. I'm going to teach you a shorter method. Can follow so far? 22,500 divided by 800, you should be able to get 28 with a remainder of 100. How we get the remainder? We first take 28 bottles and we multiply this by 800. Each bottle is 800 ml. So then from there, we will get 22,400 cm cube. Okay? Now because of this 22,400, we have a maximum of 22,500 cm cube. We can minus to get our remainder, which is 100 cm cube. Okay, this is method 1, the more tedious, the longer version, but the more intuitive version. Okay? Alright, now I'm going to show you method 2. You may prefer method 2 because it's faster, but if you don't understand method 2, I would suggest for you to stick to remembering how to find remainder for method 1. Okay? So method 2, how do we solve method 2? Very simple. Using your calculator, when you take 22,500, let me write down, number of bottles, okay, equals to 22,500 divided by 800. Basically the same step here, yeah? The same step. You are going to get 28.125. Now this 0.125, we are going to convert it into fraction. Are you able to quickly help me check? Are you able to get 1 out of 8 as your fraction portion? Can get or not? Does your calculator show you that value? Yes? If you get a decimal, just click on the S to D function. You should be able to see an S to D function to change it to out of 1 out of 8. Okay? The S to D function looks something like this. S to D, something like that. Okay, that button, you should be able to see that to help you get 28, 1 out of 8. Okay? Can? Basically, you're just changing it to a mixed number, yeah? Then from there, from this mixed number, this 1 out of 8 actually means the remainder is, I can only fill up 1 out of 8 of a bottle. Okay? I can only fill up 1 out of 8 of a bottle. Alright? What does this mean? I have all of the water. I divide this by 800. How many bottles can I get? I can get 28 and 1 out of 8 of just one bottle. That means the next bottle, the number 29th bottle, I can only fill a little bit of it. Okay? So your remainder will be this little bit. So remainder will just be 1 out of 8. Of means times in math. And the bottle is 800 ml. So in one bottle, let me draw it out for you at the side here. This is my bottle, 800 ml. I fill up just 1 out of 8 of it. How much is that? That will give us 100 ml. Okay? Understand, everyone? Can follow? Any questions so far? Right. All good? All right. Fantastic. I think quite a number of you understand now. That's very, very wonderful. Okay, if you have no questions, I have come to the end of my live lesson. We are going to have yet another live class next week. So if you wish for me to go through any specific topics, now is the time for you to quickly type it in. Alright, quickly type in what topics you think you are weaker in and you want me to go through. Then I can pick out some questions from those topics. Alright, great that you love this, Humaira. Thank you for enjoying the lesson and thank you for your time as well. Okay, average hard questions. Okay, I got it. Parallelograms, alright. Alright, if you have no other questions, before you guys go and while you guys are typing in some topics that you are weaker in, I am going to continue talking about our last minute P5 online revision lesson, okay? So one more time, let me zoom it in. For P5 Math, we are having it on the 18th of October, Wednesday, from 4 to 6 p.m. And for P5 Science, we are having it on the 16th of October, Monday, from 4 to 6 p.m. Again, this is completely free, no need to pay money. You just have to register to get the materials and the Zoom link so that you can enjoy the online lesson, okay? And it's completely free, so we wish to see you guys there, all right? Okay, if you have no questions, please keep your your topics coming in. I will also answer some questions that I see right now. All right, Coach Shahira, how do I register for 2024 classes for P6 and P4 sons? All right, I will get Haris to help me link, to help me type in the registration link into the Instagram. Are you able to use? Yeah, thank you very much. So, not this one. The registration for the 2024 is, let me quickly share it with you guys, yeah? 1 second. Or you can also just go on to mastermaths.com.sg. You should be able to see the registration page already. Okay, so let me show you from my phone. If you go to mastermaths.com.sg, you should be able to see this page. Then you can click on this button here and then click on Apply for 2024 class. Okay? Does that help? So once you click on this, you'll be directed to this page. Then you can go on and click to reserve your seat over here. Okay? So again, mastermaths.com.sg, and then go on to apply for 2024 class. Then you will be directed to the application or the registration page. I hope that helps. Sure, of course, you can leave. I'll see you guys next week, okay? Thank you, everybody. Good night. Thank you for sharing your evening with me, for learning with me. I'll see you guys next week. Thank you. All right. Hang on. I think, hang on. Okay. I love you too. Good night. All right, no worries. Thank you. Good night. See you guys next week. Bye. Bye. Drink lots of water, okay? Bye-bye. I'll end in 3, 2, 1. Bye.